Below, we present a complete guide with the main checks you must perform when your ice maker stops working. Follow each step carefully before contacting technical service, since many problems can be easily solved at home. If the steps we are about to indicate do not work, check the refrigerator panel to see if an error code appears and consult it in the user manual. A. Check that the ice maker is turned on. In most refrigerators, the on-off switch is located on the main control panel. If the ice maker off icon is illuminated, press and hold the button for about 3 seconds to turn it on. Some models also have an internal switch located in the upper left corner of the freezer compartment or on the door. If necessary, remove the ice bin to access the lever or power button. B. Make sure the control arm or infrared sensor is not obstructed. Certain models use a mechanical control arm that rises when the ice bin is full, while others use an infrared sensor that detects the ice level. If ice pieces are blocking these mechanisms, production will automatically stop. Carefully remove any obstruction so that the system operates properly. C. Check that the ice bin or tray is properly installed. An incorrectly placed ice bin can prevent the ice maker from functioning. Make sure it is fully inserted and fits firmly. Also check that there are no ice chunks inside the compartment that prevent proper installation or closure. D. Check if the dispenser, mold, or ejectors are blocked. If ice does not fall into the dispenser, there may be an obstruction in the chute, mold, or ejector arms. Remove any ice buildup with a plastic spatula or allow the freezer to completely defrost. If you prefer, you can use a hairdryer to speed up the process. E. Check the freezer temperature. The ideal freezer temperature should be 0 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 18 degrees Celsius. If the temperature is too high, the system may shut down automatically. If it's too low, the water could freeze before reaching the mold. Check the user manual to correctly adjust the temperature according to your refrigerator model. F. Make sure the fill tube is not frozen. The fill tube supplies water to the ice mold. If it freezes, the water flow is interrupted. In case of blockage, defrost the freezer or apply heat with a hairdryer. This tube is usually located behind the ice module or just above the mold. G. Check the door seal. The door gasket keeps the cold air inside the freezer. If it does not close tightly, the increase in temperature can affect ice production. Clean the gasket with warm water and mild soap and replace it if you notice cracks or deformations. I. Check the operation of the door switch. The door switch controls the interior light and, in some models, also activates the ice maker. Press the switch. If the interior light does not turn off, it is likely damaged and must be replaced. J. Check the water pressure. Proper water flow is essential for ice production. The dispenser should fill approximately 3/4 cup, or 180 milliliters, in less than 10 seconds. If the pressure is low, inspect the water inlet valve, filter, or supply line to rule out blockages or restrictions. K. Inspect the water line. Inspect the hose that connects the water supply to the back of the refrigerator. Look for bends, leaks, or blockages that could prevent water flow. In some models, there are 2 independent water lines. If they're connected incorrectly, the ice maker will not operate properly. Verify that each line is connected in its proper location. L. Inspect the water valve. The inlet valve is usually located at the back of the refrigerator and must have a minimum pressure of 20 psi to operate correctly. If it has leaks or is damaged, it can overfill the mold or prevent water from entering. In case of failure, replace it following the manufacturer's recommendations. M. Replace the water filter if necessary. The water filter should be replaced every 6 months. A clogged filter restricts or completely stops the flow to the ice maker. Use original or compatible filters for your refrigerator model to ensure optimal performance. N. Reset the ice maker. Unplug the refrigerator for about 2 to 5 seconds and plug it back in. This simple reset can restore the electronic system and correct temporary errors. O. Run a test cycle.
Some models include a test button on the ice module. Remove the bin, press and hold the button until you hear a beep, reinstall the bin, and wait for the cycle to finish. This helps verify whether the ejection and filling mechanisms are functioning correctly. P. If after checking the ice maker operation with the cover open, the problem persists, it is important to continue with a more detailed inspection of the electrical system. Carefully check the condition of the ice maker's wiring harness, since over time the connectors can loosen or show corrosion due to moisture. Examine to ensure there are no loose connections, frayed wires, or corroded terminals that interrupt the transmission of electrical signals to the control module. If you find any damage or loose contacts, repair or replace the harness before proceeding with the next tests. Q. This system also includes a temperature sensor, which plays a fundamental role in controlling the ice-making cycle. This sensor is responsible for monitoring the internal temperature and sending information to the electronic module to determine the exact moment to release the ice cubes. To locate it, carefully follow the sensor wires until you reach the point where it connects to the main harness. Make sure to identify its terminals correctly, as in the next step, electrical measurements requiring precision will be performed. R. Once the sensor is located, use a multimeter set to resistance measurement mode, preferably on the kiloohm scale. Carefully place the multimeter probes on the pins corresponding to the temperature sensor, avoiding contact with other points in the circuit. This test will show the current resistance value of the sensor, which should vary depending on temperature. It is advisable to perform the measurement with the equipment unplugged to avoid incorrect readings or electrical hazards. S. In most modern equipment, the temperature sensors used are NTC, or negative temperature coefficient type. This means their resistance decreases as the temperature increases. In other words, if you rub the sensor with your hand to slightly raise its temperature, the resistance value measured on the multimeter should gradually decrease. This behavior is a clear indication that the sensor is responding correctly to temperature changes. If, on the contrary, the value remains fixed, rises uncontrollably, or fluctuates intermittently, the sensor is likely defective. T. The resistance value measured should never be 0 kiloohms or infinite kiloohms. A 0 kiloohm reading indicates that the sensor is short-circuited, meaning that its internal material has lost the ability to resist current flow. On the other hand, an open or infinite reading indicates an open sensor, meaning that its internal circuit is interrupted. Either of these two conditions requires immediate replacement of the sensor, as they cause temperature reading failures and, consequently, malfunction of the ice production system. If you have the equipment's temperature sensor specification chart, compare the measured value with the reference values indicated by the manufacturer. This chart usually details the expected sensor resistance at different temperatures, allowing you to confirm whether it is within the correct range. Many sensors have a typical resistance around 5 kiloohms at 25 degrees C. However, this value may vary depending on the model and brand of the ice maker. Therefore, it is always more advisable to consult the specific technical documentation to ensure an accurate diagnosis and avoid unnecessary replacements.